Welcome, Michael Wickerson here. Just a little teaser video for tomorrow. I'm jumping online at 7:45 a.m. Central Standard Time every day and trying to do something interesting with basically the theme of a stairwell. And I'm not doing anything particular. I'm showing a lot of skills, and then I am with a little corollary of a Euclid elements proposition. So I've just left the one I did today. Now I'm doing this because I'm actually starting to connect with people that I think I would like to connect with online, and I've been meeting with them over the last couple of years, but now it's picking up a little bit. So this little staircase is pretty fun. I like to look at a script backwards. It's just going to be a couple of minutes of just putting on a render, so you can actually go all the way into here, take off your Grasshopper now, and take a look at the render. It's just a slick little, perfect little, ideal, weird little form. And I'll leave it up here as we take a look at it, and I'll just slide that one up with a shift. But you've got the colors to play with. I've got a variable pipe. I'm staying with the lofts. I'm actually showing how to use your list items to bring together a nice offset, uh, a really nice offset surface from another surface if it's a regular and not, and you can follow the normals with that. But then how can you close the edges? That's really what I'm playing with there as a loft, and that's pretty straightforward. And then the funky little thing in the middle, I've just played with the genepool and the trigonometry again, just to show that that's kind of playful. But if I jump into here and I take the amplitude, I've got the ability to really play off of that. And you'll see that it really follows that strange curve that's flowing through here. So I wanted to show what that's happening, and then you can have different finesse depending on how many points you throw into here. There's a loft through there, obviously through some curves, but there's some very interesting curves that are happening here. And I have some curve control here and here that I've actually pulled out by using my favorite tool, the split tree. This is tree branch, actually. I'm sorry, it's not split tree. But with following paths, I want you to get into trees. You'll see a lot of dashed lines here that we're actually starting with a grid, but I want to have control over that grid, as in it's kind of hard to see because you're dealing in the logic behind it, but you're following these points and these points. So you can take off these points and see what points are being played with here, and then the points that I've called out are over here. So I base the handrail on the called points from a list item versus the called points out. And then you have to play with a little bit of a path count, and you have to be wise with that as you lift and loft it. So that's what I'm going to spend some time on tomorrow. And then also you have this ability to really play with this data. This number slider doesn't have to be the same, and I've done a little bit of funky math in here. As we undulate this and move this, I can actually play with those patterns, and these numbers don't have to be the same. You could drive, well, I'll do it tomorrow when I get there, which is kind of fun. And what does this number play off of? Just the domain of how I'm raising and lowering that. But it's getting good point control of starting with it. Something that's I think it's really amazing is in the vector tool, you've got all these wonderful grids to play with to start. And then you can use those to kind of get some tree data out and then use your paths to control those trees. So it's going to be a little more intermediate, but once you have a hold of this and you're looking in your panels, and I probably will go so far as to bring out the trees as well, because, and I'll relay these and just throw them into here so you can see what we're dealing with. And I will grab another path mapper and relay these so you can see what we're playing with. And so you start to get a little bit of control over what's happening. So that's going to be a little teaser for tomorrow, and then I'll end with another proposition randomly, and I'll pull it out of Euclid's elements. So thanks for following me. Thanks for the Patreons that are on board to really help and direct this. And I think what I'm being is directed by engineers at this point, and an ability to kind of go in here and gain control over some nice geometries. Just to me, if you stay computational and your formulas and your math stays true, then your forms can't do anything but stay true. So thanks again for watching. Michael Wickerson, Wickerson Studios. See you tomorrow online at 7:45 a.m., 7 days a week.